Hello everyone and happy Monday. I hope you're all doing well. If anyone in chat isn't following Alex, please go check out their channel and give them a follow. Welcome in and congrats on getting first. Let's go. Leo, you are close behind, so close. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. And Jamie, thank you so much for coming in with a sub. How are you doing today? Enjoy your ad reviewing and your sub emotes. Let's go for 11 months. Almost a year. That's so amazing. Thank you so much for the support, Jamie. I really, really appreciate that. And Pint Zero, welcome in. Hello, happy Monday. Oh, I love that emote. That emote is so cute. That is amazing. I actually love that emote. I want to make one like that now. Imagine an army of hoodie mats waddling around. But yes, today guys, we're going to be trying out the Anemo beta. I'm so excited because this game looks like so much fun. It's like a creature catching game in an open world. So I am actually like so hyped to play this. I don't have time for any more games, but you know, I got hooked on Palworld when it first came out last year, and it could be a very similar thing with this. I have a feeling it's going to be good because it's just so cute. For anyone who hasn't seen the trailer, it looks incredible. It looks incredible. So I think it's going to be a great fun game. Let me also do one other thing. Our community challenge has ended, but I think I'm going to extend it for a little bit more because we were so close. We were at like 81% done. So wait, what's this? Where am I? Drops? How do I even get to this? Are we up channel points? Yes. Channel points, community challenge, extend for, we'll extend for let's do 20 more days. Okay, that is now back up. But thank you everyone who has contributed points to it so far. I am really looking forward to trying that game out as well. But today we're going to be playing Anemo. So let me get that game launched up. I'm so excited to be playing this. And Vivian, welcome in. How are you doing today? It's good to see you. Thanks for contributing to Architect Life Challenge. But if anyone isn't following It's Vivian, please also check out their channel. Hope you're doing well, Vivian. Okay, let me get this game loaded. I'm excited to be playing this. Oh, there's an update. Oof. Been busy with work today. I wasn't ready for Monday to be Monday. Speaking of work, so they announced today at my workplace that they were going to be doing redundancies. So, yeah, the next 2 weeks are going to be a bit rough. But we will see. We will see what happens. I don't feel too anxious about it, but if something does happen to my work, to my job, it's gonna be full-time content creation and me begging for food outside. I don't know, like we'll somehow figure things out, but I don't want to go back to a 9 to 5 corporate commercial life. Like I don't want to work for another commercial company like again unless I have to. So I'll probably take a bit of a career break and try to make content creation work and be an extra and maybe start a bakery business. I don't know. But basically they're firing people at my workplace. That's what it is. So it's not fun at my work right now, but fingers crossed I don't lose my job. But who knows? Like, it is what it is. It might just be the push I need to like do my own thing, you know? So we are keeping an open mind and let's see what happens. I mean, it's a comfortable job, So like I would like to keep my job, but at the same time,
Screaming, crying,
throwing up, punch me in the face. But yeah, like if for whatever happens I lose my job, like we will do other things. Like we will find stuff to do. We'll try to make it work. We'll see. We'll see. Bakery business, yes, I've been loving your Insta, going to different bakeries and stuff. Thank you, I appreciate it. I do love going to bakeries. And so, I mean, I'd obviously have to like cut back if I lost my job, but I do love baking myself too. So, you know, we will have fun things going on. I'm in uni for masters and able to watch Twitch or play Genshin for 3 weeks. How's everyone? Well, Pink Zero, welcome back. I hope you're back now. After your uni. Have you finished your uni year now? Okay, I might need to get my game loaded because it's not coming up as Genshin. I need to increase a new source, I think. Maybe I will edit this one, edit this source. Or edit this one. Let me edit this source to a Nemo. Does this work? A Nemo. Why is it not capturing? Okay, I'm just gonna add a new window capture and call it a Nemo. Oh, here we go. Oh my gosh, it's so big. Let me move this down. There we go. Okay. Okay, I need to sort out a little bit of a setting so that it actually doesn't freeze. Okay, resized. And then we need to do capture method, Windows 10. There we go. I've not seen a single shot of this. I want to know all these monsters. Same. I've only watched the trailer and I am excited. This freaking cute seal thing looks incredible, so I'm really excited to try this out. Wi-Fi blocked Twitch and Genshin. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That must be rough. You missed a lot in Genshin. Bakery commission sounds like a sort of a backup plan, to be honest. I would order for safe to ship all the way to Canada. See, logistically, I need to figure things out. But, you know, if I ever lost my job, I have the time to figure things out. So, we will see. Like, I am obviously, like, not feeling great about the whole situation. But at the same time, if things came to it, you know, we will make it work. Okay, well, let me get my TikToks up. Okay. I think we're good to go. We're ready to start our adventure. More streams? Yes, it will be more streams until I find a more permanent, or like, until I can fill my time. Until I can fill my time with actually like money generating work, then I will obviously like stream more. Of course I would. Now live, playing a Nemo. So watch this space. In 2 weeks' time, you might have some news. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Disable preview. Let's get this TikTok live going. Yeah, I don't want to be laid off, but you never know. You never know what might happen, and I feel like we'll make it work, right? We will make it work. So I'm not super worried. Oh my gosh. There we go. Now we're live. Alright, I'm ready to start my adventure. Are you guys ready? Because that purple flying squirrel has my heart already, right? This thing is cute. I have no idea how this game works. All I know is that it's an open world creature catching game. It's a bit loud. Let me start my volume. Okay. That scared me. I'm so sorry, guys. That was loud. That was loud. That was loud. Jump scare. So I gotta go and sleep. Got class tomorrow from 9 to 5. Can I just say hello? Thank you so much for popping in, Pexero. I really appreciate it. I hope your classes go well, and I hope to see you again soon. I'm so ready. I have no idea what is gonna happen. Receive your previous face customization process. Cancel. Okay. Damn, trying so hard to be Infinity Nikki with that starting scene song. That hit though, right? It hit though, that song. And oh my gosh, already this. Oh, like zero jump scare. Noriko, welcome in. How are you doing today? Happy Monday. If anyone isn't following Noriko, please also check out their channel, give them a follow. Because they also play all the same gacha games that we do. Has an amazingly cute corgi and also loves all the husbandos. So go click on that follow button. What is this? This is called Anemo. This is a game in beta at the moment. It's a open world creature catching game. And we just started it. It looks like it's gonna be fun because look at this custom, like look at these characters customization. Like I kind of love it already. I love this look already, but I think I'm gonna go for something like slightly closer to what I look like. So I think I'm gonna go for this hairstyle, but I do kind of want that eye makeup. Like this eye makeup looks so nice. This is a little bit like, yeah, I think I want like a bit more perky appearance, but these like anime style appearance is amazing. Like I'm loving already. Face shape. Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't know if I'm gonna make it like too much like what I look like in reality, but we'll go sort of like, oh my gosh, is that forehead size? I'm really bad at character creation. Like I love it, but I'm really bad at like trying to match myself. Wait, what is this? What does this do? I don't know what this does. Face shape, eyebrows. Oh my god, I could spend hours doing this. I could spend literally hours doing this. I wish I could like, you know, in Inzoi, you could literally like just scan your face and it would like build your character for you. Okay, I feel like this is too much detail that I don't really want to get into. Hi Splitsu, welcome in. What's the drop? Actually, there aren't drops for this game. There aren't actually drops for this game. We have drops for all the gacha games. Character creation is the best. Honestly, it is the best. I love character creation. I should remove that from the game. Okay, I feel like eyes are too low. Oh, I kind of want biggish eyes. I don't know, I just want to make a cute character. I just want to make a cute character, you know. Oh, oh, oh. Hi Matt, welcome in. How are you doing today? If anyone in chat isn't following Matt Bobo Bonsai, please also check out their channel, give them a follow. Oh. I almost typed in Matty Boy. It's gonna be a habit. But how are you doing, Matt? It's good to see you. I am so excited to be playing this. We are just in character creation mode at the moment, and honestly I feel like I've ruined my face. Like, I could literally spend hours doing this. Can I move the gap? How do you do... Oh, there we go. Can I do eye color? Pupils? Pupil size? Can you do pupil, like... Move? Can you... Oh my gosh, look at that side eye. I'm good, thanks for having dinner with Ian here too. Hi Ian, hello. So pumped for this game. It looks like it's gonna be cute. I love how it follows you and it gives you that like over the shoulder look. Like, is this a fashion shoot or something? Or like, I'm kind of loving it. You didn't get accepted into beta though. I feel like I saw a lot of like Twitter comments on their beta page, and a lot of people like they didn't get into the beta, which is annoying. Because I feel like they surely want as many people to like test the game as possible. So I'm glad to be able to try this out. Oh, there is a lot of controls in the shape. I don't really want to ruin. I don't know. It's hard to see what it's controlled. Oh my gosh, upper eyelid skin. Imagine having just closed eyes forever. Oh my gosh, it's so high. Okay, let's just go normal. Oh my gosh, I need lower eyelid skin as well. Okay, I feel like that's so specific. That's so specific. I just want eyeball color. How did eyeball color? What game is this? Eva, this is called Anemo. It's a game in beta. Eyeballs left and right. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, do you see this? This is like right out of a horror movie. What the heck is going on here? Is this supposed to happen, guys? Like, one eyeball is like, I have a lazy eye, but like this is lazy eye beyond control. Imagine. Oh my gosh. Okay, what is the eyes? I know, right? I know. I know. Okay, this is kind of crazy. Cherry, welcome in. Thanks for liking the live. Okay, let's go back to our normal. I do have a lazy eye myself, just so you guys know. Like, I do have a lazy eye, but not quite like that. This game is called Anemo. It is a game in beta, and it is a creature catching open world game. So think Pokemon, think Pal World, think cute creature catching game. Okay, I just want to look cute. I want to change the eye color though. I don't know how to do that yet. Makeup? Okay, maybe it's in makeup. Let's... Oh wait, you can do cheekbones? Hold on. I'm just gonna give myself some nice cheekbones. No enemies, Inzoi? Oh my gosh. I was telling chat how this is giving a little bit like Inzoi, but then with Inzoi you can actually like scan your face in and it will just do everything for you, which is kind of good. The character looks great so far. It's giving really, like, all the presets have been giving like really cute, which I like. I like this style. I like this style of... Oh my gosh, prominence. Okay, I kind of want... Let's check. Okay. This game is called Anemo. Anemo? Like beta Anemo? I don't know how to pin... Yeah, I mean, I think people in Twitch chat knows it's Anemo. But on TikTok Live, a lot of people asking what this is. The style looks very cute, I love it. I can't wait to get into the colouring nose. Okay, angle. Oh my gosh. Prominence. Angle. I mean, normal. I don't have a very prominent nose. Size. Up or down. There is a lot of there's a lot of options. The details of the hair is lovely. Yeah, I'm loving the hair already. Like the detail of the face, it's very detailed, which I don't necessarily need so much of. Radix position. Does anyone even know what radix position is? I'm learning a lot of facial anatomy right now as well. Hi Mason, welcome in. How are you doing today? Happy Monday. I'm doing so good, how are you? I'm doing good too. I'm excited to be playing this new beta game called Anemo. Is this Infinity Nikki? This is a game called Anemo. It's in beta at the moment. It's a creature catching open world game. Oh wait, there's corners, upper lip, lower lip. Okay, I have quite full. Okay. But yeah, I'm really excited to be playing this. Okay, I'm not gonna go too small it is. Okay, this is detail. I don't need to go into so much detail about this, even though I could literally spend hours just tweaking these features. Yeah, I feel like the hair is amazing. I'm gonna go into makeup now so that I can hopefully choose my eye color. Can I choose my eye color or is this actually makeup? Okay, this is actually makeup. But I did really like that pink makeup from the other preset. Maybe I can go for like some, oh my gosh, ice blue eyelashes. Yes. How do I change the hair color though? How do I change hair color? Oh wait, hair. Here we go. Hair. Overall. Base. Okay, this is a nice base. Base. Dye. Okay, here we go. This is the color. Gradient. Okay, nice. I do kind of want like maybe some like highlights. Imagine like turquoise. Whoa. Okay, that's too much. Oh my gosh, my face. I'm like, what is going on with my hair? Sorry, but I have to ask, have you watched K-pop Demon Hunters? I haven't yet, it's on my list, man. I've seen so much about it on my socials that I'm really like, I really want to see it. I feel like I've heard some amazing things. Everyone who has watched it has said it's really good. I feel like this would be the hair that I would love to have in real life, but like obviously I can't have. Like, I would love to have this hair. IRL. Okay, what happened to my eyes? Hello? Can my eyes go back to its normal position, please? You're obsessed? I need to add it to my list. It's on my list. I need to watch it. Highlights? Oh my gosh, we're going to have even more highlights. Gradient disc. Oh my gosh, this hair preset, there's so much to play with. Oh my gosh, we could literally have rainbow hair, guys. We could literally have rainbow hair. I actually love this. It's so good and supposed to be 3 hours long, but Netflix refused? Oh, really? Oh, more highlights. Okay, maybe I can have blue highlights on this one. I'm actually obsessed with this hair styling thing. There's so many options. Wow. If I could have this hair in real life, that'd be great. Have you gotten Skirk yet? No, I have not gotten Skirk, and I feel like it's a lost cause. I feel like it's a bit of a lost cause, unfortunately. I don't know. Haircut? Wait, how can I get a haircut? Okay, I need to change my face again. My eyes are really weird looking. I don't know what happened. Eye pupils. Maybe I need to move my pupils up? Eyeballs? Up? Okay, there we go. I feel like my eyeballs like just dropped for some reason. I don't know what happened there. Okay, makeup, eyelashes, eyebrows. I have quite thick eyebrows. Oh, we can change our color of eyebrows as well. Okay, it's fine, whatever. Pupils? Wait, we can change our pupils? Oh, wait, wow. Oh my gosh. Imagine having these kind of pupils that rotate. You did the full Sumeri event yesterday and you get a little more than 1,000 primos? Do you mean, the Aranara quest? I heard that, the songs from the film, like, top the charts. That's what I heard. Oh my gosh, imagine these pink eyes. Or blue. Should I go blue eyes? Or should I go brown eyes? Maybe I'll go blue eyes. Whoa. It's piercing. The songs are so good. I heard they're really good. Okay, I love this eye color. What is sclera color? What is sclera? Oh my gosh. Okay, I kind of don't want bloodshot eyes. Oh, the one of the fruit event. Oh, I've done all of those. I've done all the fruit event ones. I've done them all. Okay, I think I'm fine with pupils. Pupil FX. As if you can have a butterfly flying in your eyes. Guys, I absolutely am obsessed with the fact that they have pupil FX. You could have effects in your eyes. Pulsing heart. This is actually insane. It's beautiful. These are probably the most beautiful eyes in a character design I've ever seen. Like, what the heck? Oh my gosh, this looks so pretty. What's this called? It's called a Nemo. Also the quality, right? Welcome in, Amy. Those eyes, I wish I could zoom in even more. AI lenses in your eyeballs, literally. You can have like a butterfly flying around, you could have a heart shape, and you can change the color. I think I'm gonna go for this like swirly thing. It's definitely giving like Northern Lights. Oh my freaking. I literally have like the Northern Lights in my eyes. This is crazy. Like, I'm obsessed. Twice Pink, welcome in. How are you doing today? Happy Monday. Oh my gosh, a butterfly. Yes, you can have a butterfly flying in your eyes. Playback speed. Okay, let's slow it down. Revolution speed. Glow intensity. Whoa. Okay, that's really scary. Let's have it low glow. That butterfly reminds me when your computer goes on saving mode and has a little animation on screen. Yes. Okay, I am obsessed with this pupil FX. Eye makeup? There's even more eye makeup? I thought that was done. Do I need more eye makeup? I think I'm... Oh my gosh, what is this? Okay, there are so many custom features to this. Oh, I did want a bit of an eye thing, right? From the preset, I think. Just to touch up the eye a bit. This is pretty. This is cute. Blush. Okay, I'm gonna like go to like a makeup artist and be like, I want this look. Like, stunning. Okay, lip makeup. Oh my gosh, you can have lip makeup. I don't know who designed this, but they literally thought of everything. I just want a natural lip. But like, they literally thought of everything. That's so cute. I'll go for a more natural color. Okay, that's fine. Whoever the designer is needs to be raised already. Yes, they need a raise, and I think it just crashed on me, guys. So this game is in beta, so understandably there's going to be some glitches. So let's relaunch the game and hopefully it saved my character, because I don't want to do that again. But this is in beta. Yes. Okay. We have saved and we have come back, and are my eyes intact? My eyes are sort of intact. Okay, good. Eye makeup, blush, lip makeup, facial art? Guys, we have facial art as well. I don't know what this pose is. I don't know how to change it. This is not helping me do my makeup. How do I change the pose? Few, yes, thankfully it's saved, but I kind of don't want this pose. How do I... This pose is not helping me make decisions. Okay, there is facial art. and skin tone. So I'm gonna how do I change the skin tone? The hair eats, thank you. It looks really nice. Okay, I want skin art. What is this? Where can I put skin art? A freaking teddy bear on my face? Okay, I don't know if I will go for any of this. But it looks like he's gonna say hi kitten. I don't know if I'll go for any of this face art. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Diva. Oh my gosh, you could put diva on your face? Is there anything cute? This is giving Natlan. This face art is giving Natlan. Dolphins. Maybe a heart would be cute. What do we think? Teddy bear, heart, heart. Maybe we can put a heart. That's kind of cute. I mean, this is a made-believe game, right? So, paw was cute. This is kind of cute, right? Global self-illumination intensity. I don't know what that means. Can I edit? Where you can edit and you can make it like a different color. Let's go make it pink. You can change the size, I think. Roughness left. Oh, left, right, up or down. Okay, let's make it on the side. Up, up. Can you make this smaller? That's fine. Left. Move it down. Okay, there we go. I think that's cute. Glow? Wait, can it glow? Oh. Okay, maybe not. Okay, let's just leave it. Okay, I think we're good to go. Skin done, hair, we're pretty much done. Body type. I want to change pose. Oh, I've got to go. No worries. Thanks for popping in and saying hello. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh, you could extend your arms. I mean, how am I supposed to know whether I have long or short forearms? But bye, Mason. Good to see you. Hands appearance. Oh my gosh, you got tiny claw hands. Okay, I'm not gonna go so much with this stuff. Hard to see under the clothes. Boost all the way up for all long arms, long legs, long hands. Why do we create a monster, no? I create a literal monster. Okay, I can't really see. Can I have a bigger bum? Hi Jen, welcome in. How are you doing today? Can you control the bum? Like, literally they let you control so many things, but like, is there a bum slider, please? Is it hips? Oh. Oh my gosh, guys. Oh my friggin'. Oh my God. Okay, well, beauty side is going up. Okay, we love this game already, okay? Okay. Okay. Make it like Rio's, please. Yes. Gonna change this cake. Yeah, we're gonna change this cake. It's aspirational, okay? This is aspirational design. Enzo could never with that booty. Okay, I don't know if I can change wardrobe. Oh, guys. You could take off the clothes. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, he's a twink. I mean, okay, let's put his clothes back on. Okay. 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 Do we get clothes? Oh wait, don't I get clothes? Shit, 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 shit. Can I go back and pick clothes? I want clothes. Maybe we'll get to pick clothes later. I don't know. Maybe we can pick clothes later. I want better clothes.
Welcome to Idle, the natural paradise a Nemo call home.
Oh, what are all these cuties?
Beanie, back up. You're scaring them. Hey guys, guess who won the Polaris Institute ticket to go on planet? Wow, you're not gonna believe this place. So much cooler than the simulations. Beanie, in the tree.
On it.
A Celestis!
Oh my gosh, look at this. It's a cute squirrel.
Did you know they can climb anything? And they glide too!
Sound is a bit loud. Okay, let me adjust that once we're done with this.
Just
cutscene.
imagine being able to fly like them. I mean, it must be so
The voice
cool
isn't
being a
following
real
the character's
Pathfinder.
notes.
Oh, wow. Shh.
Sleeping Enderpup detected. Capture probability 100%.
Thanks, Jen, for popping
Keep it
in.
down, Beanie. Where's Nico when you need her? If I can just...
Oh, this thing is cute. Look at this little fox. Is it a puppy? Look at that little. I want that fox puppy. Who is
Who's a
she?
good Skippy?
It's Infinity Nikki. It's Nikki. Oh my gosh.
I told you. Things are different down here. You're in their world now.
I know, Nico. I just thought I could...
Head a sleeping Ember Pup. Come on, your gear's set up now. Let's get you in the system. Then you can start exploring.
All
It's
right.
Infinity
That little
Nikki.
Ember Pup's first on my list. Okay, that's a wrap for now. Hope I'm not making anyone too jealous.
What you're doing here, Nikki, right? Input name for verification. Matt. Come on, stay close. Okay, let me adjust the sound. If I can. Can I go to settings? No. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Okay, settings. Game sound settings. Let's drop it down a little bit. Speech mode. Press to speak. Wait, can I speak? Can I speak? Hello? 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 Follow Nico and start the journey of catching Nemo. Press C to activate the camera and take a photo of the Ember Pup. Oh. Is this an MMO? I feel like it should be. I hope so, it'll be fun. Press right click to catch mode. Oh, this is literally like Powwow, guys. Aim the crosshair at the Ember Pup and press to toss the Annie pod. Yeah, it might just be co-op rather than MMO. Oh my gosh, should we just catch it? Look at this cutie. Oh, I love it. Can I like play with it? It's a little fire puppy. Use left click to attack
Go!
burn device. Oh, nice. Wait, okay, sorry guys. Can I change my outfit, please? Okay, this is what I'm wanting to do. Oh no, I'm naked. Can't I change my outfit? Clothing, accessories. Oh, I have accessories. Okay, okay. Let's just finish off our look with some accessories if they look nice. Glasses. It's kind of cute actually. I thought I'd be able to... Oh, a bunny doll. Okay, that's cute. Okay, let's do some... Yeah, these charms are cute. Okay. I thought I'd be able to... Can you decorate your Anemos? Cosmetic surgery at just? I don't know if I need cosmetic surgery just yet. But I kind of want other outfits. Okay, maybe I'll be able to get them later. Okay, fine, let's keep going. This game looks so good. Milo, welcome in. How are you doing today? If anyone in chat isn't following Milo, please go check out their channel over on YouTube. Look at the little creatures. The floor's all yours. This is me, Milo, look. There's something wrong with my eyes, I think. It always looks in the wrong place. Is it similar to Power World? It's giving similarities to Power World at the moment. It's giving very similar to Power World right now. There's a ton of aquatic plants who are a perfect habitat for Skippy. If you spot a lotus leaf twitching in the water, look closer, you might be in for a surprise. So should I catch or should I take photos? Okay, so you can take photos of the Anemos, right? And then I can use the ball to catch. So if I do this, it's giving very similar to Power World. Okay, I caught one. I caught a Hummin. It's called a Hummin. Feels like a hybrid of Power World and Vinci Nikki. With the character design, yes. I don't even know what I do with these creatures that I've caught. Can I attack? Okay, I want to catch a lotus leaf, right? What is this? Can I take this? The starine, I don't know what this is. Okay, I want to catch this thing. Cannot catch disguised. This is like a Lotad. We just caught a Skippy. Oh, this is kind of cute. It's a healer. And it's like a lotus leaf Pokemon. The water is pretty. The water is really stunning. Okay, have we caught everything? But like, I don't know whether... which one is my main pal? It's hard to know. Hi Erin Azuki, welcome in. Happy Monday. Okay guys, there's all these like flower things. Maybe I should pick them up. I mean stars, starines. And what's down here? Is this a chest? Nice, it's literally gacha game territory with these chests. And now I'm in the water, I'm about to drown. The water looks like it can hydrate me in an instant. It's beautiful. Reflections look so lovely. How many balls do I have, by the way? I don't want to run out of balls. Stop, there's chests? Yes. Is this game out? This game is currently in beta mode. So it's not quite out just yet. I have 13 balls left. Does it have a release date yet? I don't know, actually. I don't actually know if there's a release date yet. Okay, I don't know what's happening here. What does this do? Is that the edge of the world? Okay. I want to take this... Can I jump? Okay, I want to get that star thing. I want to get the star. I don't know how to. Can I use my fire at it? Go! Go! Oh, it doesn't know what it's doing. Okay, there's a... What's this? It's a new... It's the purple squirrel! Okay, let's take a picture of this. When not in catch mode, use that to attack? Okay. Wait, what? Is it not catching? Okay, I need to attack.
Go!
Okay. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, my little cutie is catching it. Oh my gosh. Can I catch it now?
Hey!
Okay, there we go. Please catch. Yay! We caught a, what's it called? A Celestis. That's a cute little squirrel. Is it like a playtest where it expires, or do you have this game permanently now? No, it expires. So this playtest will expire on Thursday, and all my game data is also going to get wiped. So it's literally like a game test, where like I can report any bugs and things and just see how it's running. But yes, I don't get any of the save data. It's like Arceus Legends where you actually throw the balls at the monsters. It is. It is like Arceus Legends. Do I speak to her? What does she want? Can I just roam freely now? Like, I don't even know what my mission is. Now it's free catching time, so Nico Celestis you just caught. Okay, I feel less FOMO. Yeah, I don't have the game forever. I only have this game for like a few days. Hello! Must be another Pathfinder. Yeah, I don't get this info. So that's why I was like kind of wondering how much of the game I actually get to explore. Like maybe it's just this region and this is the only area that I get to explore, and that's the beta, you know? But let's continue and see how much more I can play.
Someone's coming. Hey, over here.
What is
Over
that?
here.
Don't know why you bother. They can't
They
understand
speak?
you.
Well, excuse me for trying to save us.
It's a lion.
Well, we wouldn't be
They're like
stuck here if it
evolutions.
wasn't for you.
Do you guys need a hand?
Hey, we were busy.
Sorry, my bad. I'll be on my way.
Huh? Did that human just understand us?
Apologies for Hellion's rudeness. I'm Lunara.
My rudeness. Hey, since you understand us and all, could you help us escape these stupid vines?
Good going, genius.
What if?
Wait, do I have to pick? Wait, do I have to pick? Oh my gosh, who am I gonna pick? I kind of like the appearance of Lunara more. I feel like I like Lunara more if I have to pick. Oh no, this is a tough choice, but I think I'm gonna save Lunara. Who would you guys pick if you had to choose?
That's one. Oh no. Huh?
The other one dies? Oh my gosh, no!
Huh? Nico!
You're welcome.
Maybe she
Come
gets
on,
one,
this place
and I
is
get
giving
one.
me the creeps. Huh?
Oh my gosh. I didn't finish exploring that area. Okay, where are we? Who turned the lights off? Oh, there's a chest up here. Oh. What is this place? I want to get the chest. I want to get the chest. Oh, basic experience gem. Okay. Nice. Talk to the Lunara. So I wonder if you pick the lion, whether you will still end up in this location, or if you actually go to a different place. Maybe she landed in another part of the cave. Okay, so maybe the lion ended up somewhere else. What about what happened to my anemones? Where's my fire puppy? Where's my fire puppy? And what is this? Shouldn't I interact with this? Oh. What is this place? Oh, this is another place. Talk to Nico? How do I talk to Nico? I'm looting. Oh wait, she's there? Oh, we're literally reunited again. Hi Lil, you're welcome in. How are you doing today? Happy Monday. Hope you're doing well. Is this looks like it's from Nikki, the cube. The glowing cube where there's like missions and things. I feel like there's gonna be another chest in here.
It's Brittany, bitch.
So much about this. It's a good game. I'm enjoying it. Whoa, I'm enjoying it so far. I'm still at the very early stages. The character creation is beautiful. The anemones are cute. Wait, what do I do? Snap them? Oh, whoa. I don't even know what I'm doing. Can I catch this? Use...
Go!
Oh, wait. Oh. Q to toss. Ouch. Did I die? Oh my gosh, this thing.
Nico, you okay?
There's only one way to stop this. We must twine.
You must
You sure?
what?
Don't say I didn't warn you.
Wine?
We've got no choice.
What does wine mean?
Uh-oh. This won't end well. We're going to have to twine.
What does
But
that
I
mean?
thought...
Just hold out your hand and close your eyes. Focus on my voice.
See?
Smooth. You're a natural.
What?
This looks so cute. It is really cute. The art style is
Can you
really
feel
nice.
that? This
Yeah, and you
is
can
my
create your own
spirit
character, so
space.
that's literally me. Ish.
Feel it. When our hearts beat as one, our spirits will combine.
So, do I
My
become
hands.
this little
I
furry
can feel the
thing?
power.
Oh my gosh, let's fight. Oh my gosh, ow. Wait, how do I do that? Use shift to dodge incoming attack. I don't know what I'm doing! I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm literally this EB. Oh man, how do I get out of here? Q to cast Animus Girl. Alright. E to weaken. Oh, ultimate. They have ultimates. Whoa, okay. Whoa. They have ultimates like in gacha games. Oh my freaking. My phantom music was a bit delayed. It was. My mix it up bot was a bit down. Are we fighting Big Potato? Literally a big potato.
Nico, we did it! Nico? Nico?
What happened to Nico?
Nico, what's going on? Ah!
Whoa. We finally defeated the Tuckin, but the intensity of the twine was too much for Nico. She lost control and sprang at me. I could barely hold her off. If Dr. Lewis hadn't shown up when he did, who knows what would have happened? OMG. Look at those characters. Is that another daddy professor? Hello? Hello? It's Principal Oswin and Dr. Lewis. Oh, guys. Dr. Lewis. Wait, is this is Principal Owen, right? Which one's Principal Oswin? I don't care, like. Look at this Dr. Lewis. Look at this Dr. Lewis. I mean, honestly. Okay, guys. Can we just take a second to admire this guy? How do I... Oh my gosh, we can zoom in. Okay. Okay, Dr. Lewis, hello. Is there a camera mode? Camera. Oh wait, Z was camera, right? Z. Okay, guys. Let's take a moment. Why is he blurred out? Focal length? Can I zoom? Okay, oh my gosh. That's Giovanni in disguise? Okay, I don't know how to control my focal length. Why is he so blurry? I don't know how to control this. R is creative. Oh my gosh, we could take a selfie! Freaking OMG. OMG. We can take a friggin' selfie together. Okay, come on. Get in position, dude. Get in position. Why is he running so much? Calm down. Okay. Z. Oh, my freaking. Okay, Z. Why is my face like this all of a sudden? I want to take a photo. OMG. How do I go up? This is really hard to control. The height difference is making even me shy. Oh my gosh. I don't know how to control this. Okay, I think I'm on the wrong spot because I'm like behind him. Okay, Z. Like we're in selfie mode right now. Look at this. Okay. We just need to take a moment to appreciate this Dr. Lewis. I don't like how it's centered on me though. Camera pan show cursor. I don't like how it's... Oh, there's options. I don't know how to control this. I don't know, but like... This Dr. Lewis. Stunning. Okay, check the ancestor cube. It's glowing again. What does it mean? Thanks for the follow. You know, or Yakik. So this is an ancestor cube. We should seek out one of the Guardian and Nemo on Idol. The ancestor cube only responds to you for now. We're gonna join the Institute of the Pathfinder. Nice. Look at this place. Are you willing to join the Polaris Institute? The original prize covered only the basic Pathfinder experience, but if you join us, we'll tailor a personalized elite Pathfinder program just for you and support you through your journey. I'll be honored. I want to chat with Dr. Lewis. Yes, please. They need to give him voice acting. They need to give this character voice acting. Okay, Binny's back. Go find Professor Boar and Coach Lita. Where's that noise coming from? Okay, visit Professor Boar. Oh, look at this city. Can you actually walk around in this, like, city area? That scared the shit out of me. I don't know what that sound was. It was like a snoring thing. I don't know who was snoring. Visit Professor Ball, where? Oh, look at this squirrel. Are these my anemones? I caught those. I caught those anemones. Oh my gosh, it all looks so good. Guys, there's a panda snoring right here, and it looks so cute. I need this friggin' panda. I want to see it more clearly. This panda looks so cute. Hello? I can't listen to what they're saying right now. I need to look at that panda. Look at this panda sleeping in the background. So, it's literally a Pokedex. And it snored again. Skips died up to see the panda. I know. I want to see the panda. I want to see the panda. Okay. I don't care about the analog right now. I don't want to see the analog. Oh my gosh. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Yep. Ember Pop. Okay. Fine. So how many are there in total? Okay, let's see. Okay, there's 62 Anemos right now. Hi Leo, welcome back. At least we know what made that noise. I'm assuming it's the panda. So there's currently 62 Anemos or Pokemon available. And I am here to look at this cutie. I need one of these. I need one of these pandas. Okay. I need this one. How do I zoom in? Look at this cutie. Oh my gosh. I don't know how to control this camera. Then they could have at least gone out and about and made 69. Imagine if they made 69 Nemos. That would have been so funny. Okay, I need a picture of this. Look at this cute panda, oh my gosh. I need it. I need this Anemo. I need this Anemo. It is adorable. It is my mission to catch this Anemo. Hopefully it's available to me today. It's so cute. It's so cute. Visit Dr. Lita? Where? Where is Dr. Lita? Also, I've got my Anemo's back. Okay. So, what if I wanna... Wait. What if I wanna... use my doggy as my favorite Anemo? Because they've made the, this one. Male student? Who's this? Oh, this is Coach Lita. Oh my gosh, she's fire. She actually looks really nice. Are we gonna fight? Oh my god, I bet you we're gonna fight now. They're gonna teach us fighting. Is it time to battle? Now I can manage a knee. Okay, we're gonna put the... We want the fire one. I want the Ember Pup. Yes. Skill combos? Open the Anemo skills. Make your Anemo powerful by learning and adjusting Anemo skills. Launches 3 light type projectiles. Can I, how do I do this? Combine skills. Okay. Why is every single monster sleeping? They're just sleepy, I guess. I don't know why. Okay, are we done? Is this game out or is this it's closed beta? It is closed beta at the moment. Try the Hollow Lab. Okay, I think we're ready. Let's go. Let's try out battling. Looks really good for closed beta, not gonna lie, graphics looks insane. The graphics looks amazing. Use C to twine with Anemo and directly control Anemo in battle. Oh my gosh, wait. Where did this come from? Where did this Anemo come from? It looks insane. I'm literally a Scorch Howl. It's called a Scorch Howl. Wow. Select your preferred control mode. Manual lock on. I guess manual? When you purchase cards, it's an auto aim but will indicate. Tab lock on the target. Tab. Okay, so like this. Whoa. This is literally like Street Fighter or something. What the heck? Oh my friggin'. I can't describe this combat right now. But it's literally like Street Fighter. I can't explain. I can't explain. It's fun. It is fun. But there's something funny about this. It's like I'm playing Street Fighter. Wait, I can switch? Oh, wait, I can switch to different... Oh. Interesting. Oh. Oh, wow, okay. Ultimate! Whoa. It's powerful. Started tracking. Okay. Exit. That was pretty fun. Combat is pretty fun in this game. It's a different vibe, I would say. Finished already? Yes. Too easy. I think I'm ready to go out into the world and explore. My face shape just changed. That was weird, I have to say. I feel like there's a little bit of glitchiness with how custom faces work, and like my face looks like puffy in some instances and it goes like angular in some other ones. It's a little bit weird, but I guess the one thing that we don't have yet is like building stuff, which Palworld obviously has. So I wonder whether they're gonna do anything like that, or if it's just gonna be creature catching and battling as the main thing. I want to join the Polaris Institute. He'll make the arrangements for your branch bonding. What does that mean? Oh my gosh, this thing looks so cool. This wolf. I'm assuming my little fire puppy is going to evolve into this wolf. Hopefully, anyway. Enter the character interface. Here you can learn and equip skills and twine with Anemo. Press the talents interface. You can upgrade your level and learn more abilities by exploring the world and catching Anemo. So this is literally like the skill tree in Palworld. Okay. Did I get new clothes? I want more clothes. My skills are pretty limited. I'm practically half a Nemo now. Elite training, okay. Whoa, what is this? Super rare Anemo Somni Wing. So I guess we could potentially climb this. Is this a battle pass? Is this basically like a battle pass? And you get stuff? Okay, so that's probably how they're gonna make money. Go to the Idil continent. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready to go back to the open world. Oh, so I guess tutorial is over now. We can hopefully be free to explore. So this is giving Arceus Legends because you can sync your findings at the station. Press to submit a Nemo report. Catches. Oh, I get money. This is literally like Arceus Legends. Research level. Nice. I'd like to see myself level up. Okay. Report to Dr. Lewis. Now we'll head to the branch to perform the bonding ritual. I don't know what that means. That's the tutorials. Okay, so you basically earn stuff for doing tutorials. Do I get mail? Do I get any goodies? Claim all. Server maintenance. So I think it's gonna be it's pretty much gonna be like gacha, right? That's how they're gonna make money from this, I assume. Gifts. Gonna claim level rewards. Nice. I'm gonna claim all these rewards. Ooh, can I claim this? Claim. 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 Okay, I'm here. here to get goodies. Claim. Nice. I don't know what all those resources do, but I'll take it. Okay, where are we going? I'm gonna follow Hot Professor. Whoa. It's a pretty big open world, I have to say. Nimbus Fields. Let's get out there. A crystallized form of luminant energy that seeps from the planet's vein. It's shining to a distinct glow. Okay, so we need to collect them like we have to collect Sonet's caskets in Wuwa and Oculus stuff in Genshin. Basically. Let's see how big the map is. It looks pretty big, guys. If all of this is unlocked, it's pretty big. And there's more on this side too. Search for the first Lumen Amber marked by Dr. Lewis. Okay. View the details of climb, swim, glide. Okay. Thanks for lighting the live. Oh, we can use our thingies to climb. Oh, that's pretty cool. Oh my gosh, you can fly with the squirrel. Okay. Okay, this is... Okay, there's a new thing here. Do we fight it? Collect the Lumen Amber at the center of the river? Okay. Do we fight this?
Go!
Let's try. Let's try.
Go!
Yeah, go. Fight it. It's immune? Is it immune? I don't even know. It's doing some damage, I think. Can I catch it yet? Okay, I'm gonna try and catch it. Okay, I caught it, nice. Nice.
Go!
Whoa. I should catch it? Let's catch it. Nice. I thought there's a chest. Is this a chest? It's stuck in the sand. How do I... N? How do I open this? Oops.
Go!
I want to break this thing. I want to get this thing. I want to get this chest. Open this chest. Why not twine with Bud Claw to pop it open? How to do that? And this? Which one's Bud Claw? How do I twine with Bud Claw? Do I have to change my Nemos? Is it Bud Claw? Okay, so if I swap this for this, and then it's gonna twine with this.
Go!
How do I twine? This? Like this? Okay, there we go. Interesting. I want to untwine now. I like my fire pup. You can swim in the water and Skippy Sleeping by the riverbank is easier. Wait, so do I... Wait, I need to change back then, I guess. To this water thing. Like this. Yay! Capture Skippy. Collect the limit ammo by the rune door. Okay. Wait, catch a Skippy? This one. Let's try to catch a Skippy.
Hey!
Nice. There's something in the middle here. I don't know what this is. Waterborne egg? Oh, a Nemo egg obtained? We can hatch eggs like in Power World. That's fun. Okay, and is this person like a Pokemon trainer? Do I have to fight them? I'm assuming I have to fight them for something. I have a feeling they're gonna be here to fight. Find the correct angle piece. Oh, like this. I can't over the graphics and the animations. It's really cute. Head to the branch. I have to go back, but I want to catch these Wooloos. Look at the sheep. They're so cute. Okay, attack. These sheep are really cute. Okay.
Go!
Go. Go. Attack.
Go!
Game Freak need to get this shit together, right? Honestly. Like, now that we've got this game, it's not even just Power World that we're worried about. It's more. And like, if other companies can do open world games, like Monster Collector games,
Go!
they need to learn from this. Oh no, I just killed it. Where did the other sheep go? I want to catch it. I want to catch it.
Hey!
Catch fail? No. Okay, I want this one.
Hey!
Like, I don't know if you're gonna get
Go!
Arceus ZA, Matt. I don't know if you're thinking of getting Arceus ZA. But like, it looks decent, but at the same time I'm like,
Hey!
it's not the main live game, and they've not really changed anything. They're literally just redoing Arceus Legends, I feel. What is this big cloud? Maybe it doesn't want me to go inside the cloud. Oh wait, what is this? Is it danger or something? I'll still get ZA, but I'm not overly hyped for it. I'm not overly hyped for it either.
Go!
Go pup, go pup. Burn this thing for me, please. I don't want to start the tutorial.
Go!
Just burn this for me and let me get the chest. Thank you. Nice. Okay, I'm supposed to head back to the branch, but how do I do that? Oh, I can glide. Whee! It feels really smooth, the traversal. Like, the fact that you can like just travel between being a human and a Nemo and glide around, it's very nice. Seems like you're getting the hang of the rules down here. Oh, this is like a waypoint. Let's activate this teleport point, I guess. Literally, gacha game stuff. But look, there's actually a lot of areas to explore. Like, this is the map. It's pretty big, I would say, for... And this is just a... Oh my gosh, Envy!
Is a bad bitch.
Welcome in, Envy, and thank you so much for the raid. If anyone in chat isn't following Envy already, please go check out that channel and give them a follow. How's the rest of your stream, Envy? We are currently playing Anemo. It's a game in beta at the moment, and you will see that we've caught some cute Pokemons. How's your stream, Envy? Hope everyone's doing well. Welcome in, PG990. Anemo's going well.
Go!
Look at this character that I've designed. We have pink streaks. Let me show you in... Oh, how do I zoom in? This is me-ish. We've got cute hair. Welcome in, Bish Splash. Is this the Hoyo Pokemon game? Yes, this is basically Hoyo Pokemon game. We've just unlocked our first waypoint. We've caught a little fire puppy. And we are exploring and catching... Oh, guys, we've also met our first husbando as well. Dr. Lewis. This guy is from Love and Deep Space, obviously. No, they've literally... It's not actually Hoyo. But, it's basically like gacha game plus Pokemon plus Power World plus Love and Deep Space now, because we've got Dr. Lewis, and Dr. Lewis is absolutely like husband material. I just gotta show you guys. Look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this face. Like, look at this. I'm going to take a picture of this. Look at this. Just look at him. This does look very Genshin-like. Yes, it's giving Genshin. Yes, sir. Yes. Although, I don't know why my eyes have always got like, always really wonky. But, yes. He's my Dr. Lewis. Bark, bark. I can always see Envy falling for him. Yeah, we are all like, this is... He is stunning. Okay, he is stunning. I can't wait to get better clothes though. I do wish they had voice acting for Dr. Lewis. That is the one thing I do wish he could give us. But he is beautiful. I don't know what most of this means yet, but we've leveled up. Character level, we can do talents now. Rio VA on Lewis is a must, please, I pray. Let's learn a new skill. You sprinkle healing on engaged Anemo. Okay, we'll take that. Let's take this. We want more experience. Okay, I don't know if this is right, but recovery, increasing damage after twining. Yes. And May May, welcome in. How are you doing today? If anyone in chat isn't following May May, also please also check out their channel. But yeah, this game is really pretty, I have to say. Oh wait, ask Dr. Lewis advice for the trip? Okay. I'm not gonna read their chat, I'm sorry. I just want to explore. There was an egg that I thought I could hatch. Oh, we got a rare egg. Let's get a rare egg. What is that button? Press this to switch to the left mission panel. What is that button? Oh. Oh, okay. Interesting. What is empower? Infuse energy. Okay, this is literally like waypoints. This is waypoints. Start elite training and upgrade your character level 9 out of 15. Go to training to level up. Do I have to? Elite training. Character level. There's gifts. Claim level rewards. So all the systems and leveling up is very similar to like gacha game leveling up systems and things. I've got a lot of eggs right now. And like I guess exploration and stuff is very similar too. There's like puzzles and things that you'll find in the world. The only thing is that you're catching anemones. They're escaping. Can I attack them please?
Go!
Go attack them. I want to catch them. What's a gacha for? I don't know what the gacha yet is for, but I feel like there's some sort of gacha element to this, like just the way things work in terms of leveling up and stuff.
Go!
Oh, we're catching lots of Pokemon. I'm calling them Pokemon, but they're called Anemos. Their real name are Anemos. Okay, I don't even know where I'm going at the moment, but we're gonna go explore, catch more Anemos. Something's happening here, clearly. I don't know what's up, but they're not happy right now. They're not happy right now, although I don't know if I'm meant to be fighting them or what. Are they friend or foe? Are they attacking me right now? Excuse me? Excuse me? I'm not here for this. Ouch. Can I swap? Okay. Wow.
Go!
Oh, I want to catch it. I want to catch this biggie. Passing out? Whoa, my gosh, why did I pass out? Why did I pass out, guys? I literally just died. Call for assistance? After using, there might be other Pathfinders coming to your world to assist. You need assistance? Okay. Can someone actually assist? Outpost or campfire to recover. Wait, how do I... Can I recover? Why don't you go to an outpost? Where's the outpost? Is this the outpost? Okay. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. They literally, like, killed me. Okay, I guess we're healing. Report terminal. Let's report our new catches. We've got quite a few Anemos. So we should be getting quite a lot of rewards for this. Nice. Event calendar. Ooh. Daily sign in. We're used to this with our gacha games. Yeah, 7-day rewards and stuff. But the thing is though, like, this beta's gonna end, so we're not gonna manage to keep our rewards, I don't think. I don't think we can keep our rewards, so... As far as I know anyway, I don't think I can keep any of this, but if they allow us to keep anything, that would be amazing. But I think our save gets deleted. I really want to get one of these big fiery things. They look like they're amazing. Okay, let's go hatch something. I want to hatch an egg. Oh, okay. Start hatching. I'm only gonna hatch it once. Okay, it takes like an hour to hatch. Okay, so we'll come back for it. This is giving Power World, because in Power you can also hatch eggs. But yeah, those big giant monsters look incredible. Let's see if I can teleport to the other place. Whoa, they are some big monsters in this. Okay, this is where we were before. Let's see if we can actually survive this time and not die. But yeah, you can basically glide. You can transform into your Anemos. I want to see the tiny otter from the beginning scene and what evolves into. Oh my gosh, I want to find the tiny otter. Okay, that is going to be my mission today. I need to find that otter because that is the cutest thing. And I want one. What is this? They look cute too. What are they? Oh my gosh, I want one. I want one. I want one. They're so cute. Oh my gosh, I fell off. What is expose? I don't know what this is, but it's so cute. I don't know what expose means. Oh my gosh. Can we fight, please? Yeah, that tiny otter I want. Can we catch it yet? Is it ready? Can we catch it? 11%? Okay. I'm going to fight it more. Attack! Come on, attack! Why is it not attacking? Can I catch it now? 14%? Come on, please. I want to catch this. 22%? I'm going to use switch animals. 24%? Oh, got hyper balls too. Let's use a hyper ball. Catch failed? Come on. 28%, come on. Give it to me. Let me have this. Why wouldn't it catch? 28%, come on. 29, 30%. We're getting there. I want this, Anemo. Don't be stubborn. Come home. Come on, I'm using up so many of these course. Oh, but it can. It's gonna die. It's gonna die soon. Yes, 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 yes. Thank you. We got a Glacie. It's a healer and it can swim. That's pretty cute. Okay, there was something in here that I think I need to use fire for. So let's go.
Go!
Go.
Go! Go!
Go. Burn it. Burn it.
Go! Go!
Why isn't it
Go.
burning?
Go!
Do I need to fuse? Do I need to fuse? Oh. Oh. I don't know, maybe I can't do that yet. Anyway, okay, let's keep this. We're gonna find the otters. That is our aim for today. We want to find the otters.
Go! Go!
Okay, my Firefox thingy doesn't really know what he's doing. Hopefully we can find some cute otters here. I don't know where they'll live. I'm assuming by the sea, like by the... Wait, is there a sea? Should we try to go to the sea? Okay, let's keep going down this way, and hopefully by the time we get to the sea we'll find some of those otters. What does this do? Whoa! Whoa! That was cool. That was a nice, clever little puzzle. Area unlocked. Okay. What are these? Are they hummins? Somewhere where water is, that's all I guess. Yeah, I feel like there must be somewhere where water is. Oh wait, oh no.
Go! Go!
Am I somehow meant to like punch this?
Go!
Can you attack this please?
Go! Go! Go!
Oh my gosh, okay, nearly died. Nice. Okay, we're by the beach. Well, this is literally like where the trailer was, I swear. Where we saw the cute otters, so surely they must be here, please. I've come all this way to try to hunt the otters. What is this? Blue cap. I don't know what they do. What about in the shells? What is this?
Go! Go!
Boom. Hi Leonardo, welcome in. How are you doing today? You have been live and so long you missed them. Well, welcome in.
Hey!
Oh wait, evolve. It's gonna evolve into a flame ruff. Let's go. My first Amiibo evolution. Oh, it's still cute. I like it. I can't wait for it to evolve again though. It's gonna go into that standing up one, right, I think? I assume it's gonna be like the standing up one. There seems to be human voices nearby, really. No rare. Where are the otters though? That's what I wanna know. Wait, too powerful to defeat? Oh my gosh, there's a monster. Okay, there's a boss here. Let's run. There's a boss here. Someone from nowhere, welcome in. How are you doing today? Happy Monday. I do like how you can basically just transform into your Anemos and like travel the world like this. Oh my gosh, can you drown? You can drown. So you can drown, okay. Noted. Be careful guys, okay? Be careful. You can drown. How happened to my Anemos? Okay, I think I'm gonna swap this out. It's so much better than Infinity Nikki where you have to equip the skill before climbing gliding. Yeah, it's so seamless when you don't have to do stuff like that. I'm gonna equip this one because I think this is cool. You can hopefully just swim. Oh, you can open the shell. Should I open it? Keep a distance and wait for them to land? What does that mean? Is something gonna happen? What does this mean? Oh, I see, the bird's gonna land. Okay, I get it. Wait, so it auto does it when you're climbing? You don't have to click the right Anemo? No, you don't. You can just climb. Let me show you. Like, you can literally just like jump off a cliff and it will turn into the Anemo. Like this, it just turns into your swimming little one. Which saves so much time. Although just be careful of the stamina because like me, I literally drowned just now. I'm a little cutie Anemo. And then you like climbing as the squirrel. Okay, I'm gonna jump on this turtle, I think. Whoa. There we go. And then you can like glide just by jumping. It is really nice. I guess you have to make sure you have the Nemo to do the thing. Yes, exactly. You need to have the Nemos. Okay, where can we find the sea otters? Because we're literally at the sea and we haven't found them yet. Do you think they'll show me? Argent Strait, Blitzwood. They're going to unlock the location. Okay, let's go to the next location. I love the sound effects, it's nice done without being too much for the ears. Yeah, but so far really enjoyable. So can I fly basically? I'm literally in a dandelion. Like, that's pretty cute. I don't know how easy it is to travel by sea though. Okay. Can I get onto this platform? Oh, not easy. Okay, can I use the fire thing? Oh my gosh, he literally set me onto the floor. Okay, clearly not. He's too heavy. My fire... the fire doggy is too heavy. Oh my freaking... so cute. Okay, Lumen Amber, how do I do this? Must defeat Anima guarding the treasure? Okay, literally like Genshin.
Go!
Hey! Gotta catch them all.
Hey! Go!
Oh my gosh, did I die again? How? How? How did I die? Can I respawn? How did I die? I literally like caught everything. I shouldn't have died. Ugh. That should not have happened, guys. Okay, I want to go to the new area. Replace with Glide and Nemo? Do I want to do that? Say hello to Nicola? Who's Nicola? Team invite? Add friend? Wait, is this a real person? UID? Oh my gosh, wait. Wait, are these real people? Are these real people? Wait, are these real people? It sounds like, I mean, these people are chatting, right? Where can, oh God, let's not do caps. Where can I find the cute otter, please? I don't know how to chat to people. Oh my gosh, are these real people? Say hi to Nicola. Oh my gosh. They look cute. Look at her outfit. Hello? Didn't know you can actually like interact with people. Where are the otters? I know, where are the otters? Message? Wait, global? It's in Echo Back Landing C, thank you. Echo Back Landing C. Echo Back Landing C where? This is so far away. But I need to go their track. That is my mission for the day, okay? I am determined to go there. I need to find those otters. Damn, gonna run. No worries. Thank you so much for being here. I will be clipping that moment when I find the otters for sure. Okay, let me go to find the otters. Those are my faves too. They are really cute. Literally, what drew me to this game was seeing them in the trailer. How are you enjoying it, by the way, someone from nowhere? How are you enjoying this game? I'm assuming you also got to play the beta? Otti and Chubby are your faves? Which one's the Chubby? Wolfang Ridge. Okay, there's literally a mother thing going for the babies. Okay, can I reach it? No. Okay. Okay, there's a thing here. Wait, guys. Do you know if there's shinies in this game? Are there shiny Anemos in this game? Because imagine if there are shinies. I'm enjoying it only with my eyes. Just watching streams didn't go in the beta yet. That's okay. I feel like they didn't send out the betas to a lot of people, unfortunately. They have got shinies? Oh my gosh. That'd be insane. Okay guys, there's more gifts and things. Character level. Let's claim the rewards. Called Sparkling and Glistened. Wow, okay. I'm excited to see what they look like. How do I break this open? What is this? Is this new?
Hey.
What was this? New special form for Iris? Wait, what is this? Did we get a new form? This game is like all of the stuff you like, Matt, but combined into one single game. It's so nice. Literally is. I do like with Palworld though, the building element was major, so I don't know if there's any of that in this game. But like, it is really cute and beautiful. I do expect there to be much nicer outfits. That would just make this game like everything I like if I could get better outfits. That is the one thing I would like to see more of. I want to see what Celeste is evolved into. Outfits is awesome. I can't wait to find more outfits. Oh my gosh, there's another pack of fire pups in my way that I want to avoid. I don't want them to fight me again because last time I died. Okay, is this a person or a Nemo? This is a person, right? A girl who behaves oddly. She looks really cute. Maybe there's like a teapot, but to care for your Nemos, that would be really good. That would be really nice. So that we could like decorate our teapot. Although, I say that, and then my teapot in Genshin is just like an utter mess. I don't know if you've seen my teapot, but probably haven't, because it's so ugly. But yeah, my teapot is an utter mess. So even though we have that ability in Genshin, like, I have really, really not looked after my teapot. Why are this Ember Pups so high level? Okay, I feel like I'm in an area that I shouldn't be yet, because everything's so high level. I'm probably out of my reach in terms of location. I just want to see the otters. Where are they? I don't see a single one here, and we're literally here. We're in... oh, we're almost there. I guess just around the corner. You can also give them cosmetics. Yeah, that's really cute. I saw the slots earlier, but obviously I don't have any cosmetics for them yet, so I'm gonna fight them.
Go!
If they're incorporating a caring simulation for the they can decorate the facility, that would be cool too. I think a little bit of decoration would be fun. Oh, it's level 29. Okay, this is gonna be tough. Heal.
Go!
Then let's go. I mean, we are very under leveled, so I would expect us to struggle a little bit, to be honest. But if we do happen to kill it and catch it, that'll be amazing. Let's swap. Let's see. Why is it floating away? Why is that crab flying away, guys? What is happening? Is this a bug? Oh, we did catch it. A new special form? Okay. That was really weird, right? It was like flying away for some reason. I don't get why. What is this? Oh, is this a puzzle? Okay, I'm not here for this. Oh my gosh, guys! Oh my gosh, it's the little otter. It's the otter. Look at this cutie. I don't mean to hurt you. I don't mean to hurt you.
My bestie.
I just want to catch you.
Is it
Look at this cutie. It's called Ottie. I'm so sorry, Ottie, but I just want to catch you. Okay, like I don't mean to hurt you. Oh no, a little squeeze. Thank you so much for the follow, Matthias. Welcome in. How are you doing today? I'm so sorry, Ottie. I don't mean to hurt you. I just want to be your friend. Oh my gosh, this is heart-wrenching. It'll all be okay. Don't resist. Do not resist. Just let me catch you, okay? And it'll all be okay. Don't resist. No, don't resist! Don't resist.
Hey!
Don't resist. I just want to be your friend. Yes. Yay, we caught it! Look at this Oni! It's so cute. Look at it. It's a tank. It's a tank. There you go. Okay. We got it. Okay, we're gonna put it in our party because it's just too cute. And hopefully we can level it up. I mean, I don't really know what this Glacie is doing. We want the Ottie. Look how cute this is. Look at the Ottie. Okay, 4. Hello, hello. It's got a little shell shovel. Oh my gosh. Hey. Can we crouch? I kind of want to catch another one. Because there were more. I did see another one. It ran away. Oh, what's this? That one's huge. Chubby is, by the way, the last evolved form of Ottie. Oh, really? Oh, so they have different forms depending on where they're located. I want to find another Ottie. Okay, there's one over there in the distance. Hopefully I can be a little bit discreet and try to catch one without it, like, thinking, oh my gosh, look at the star thingy. That's cute too. Even the name is cute for the evolutions of the otter, right? Oh my gosh, we've got a star. Shelly. Okay, we've got a Shelly. Okay, it's here, it's here. Don't resist. Oh my gosh, it bounced off. Is it running away? Oh. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh, we've got another one. We've got another Ottie. Oh my gosh, what is... Wait. Is that a... Are those all Otties? I think we just found the Ottie, like, home. That's like where they live. That's like where all the... Like, the whole family lives. Look at them running around. Hi Sunny, welcome in. Hello. Okay, I am here to do research on the lives of the Otties. Do you see them squiddling away? Are they fighting? Are they fighting each other? They just bonk each other on the head? Oh my gosh, guys. That's so cute. And it just walked away. Oh my gosh, okay. This one is climbing up to the top and just jumped on. These little cuties. Oh my gosh, it just jumped into the water. One jumped onto the shell. Oh my freaking, oh no. Oh my gosh. This game. It missed. Oh my god. Did you see that? It just bonked 4 other Otties. I am screaming at this. I don't know, guys.
Oh no. My bestie is a bad bitch.
Thank you so much for the follow, someone from nowhere. But honestly, guys, I think we just witnessed like a very rare special moment here. Literally, like, they're just bouncing around on this thing. I don't want to disturb them. And thank you so much, Snowy, for sharing the live. I don't want to disturb them. Otter watching, honestly. Oh my gosh. And what is cool about this is that they must have some sort of like, they must have programmed some sort of thing into their behavior, because it's not a repeating thing, is it? Like, they're doing that, but it's not like repeating. Sometimes there's 2, sometimes there's 1, sometimes there's 4. Like, do you want to try Ottie as your twine? I didn't even think about that, but yes. Does that mean... Oh, what the... I'm pink! I'm a freaking pink otter! Oh my gosh, this is like the cutest thing ever. What the freaking heck? I'm a pink otter? And guys, does that mean I can infiltrate the Ottie family? Can I infiltrate the family? Okay. Okay, oh my gosh. Is it gonna think I'm like a friend or foe? There's this weird Ottie nearby. Take a photo of it? Where? Where's the weird Ottie? This one? Where's the weird Ottie? Am I the weird Ottie? The running? Like... It's me, I'm your friend. Hello. I'm a friend. Oh my gosh, look at them! I can't believe I'm pink! What? That is so... Oh my gosh, I can be... Can I bonk you? Do you think I can bonk them? Should I bonk them? Do you think they'll be angry if I bonk them? Ottie is love. Ottie is life. Wait, guys. Can I do this? Oh my gosh, guys. I am gonna join them and I'm gonna jump off. Oh my gosh. I'm just gonna be part of the Ottie family, you know? Wait, what just happened? I don't want to be this. I want to be the Ottie. I want to be the Ottie. Oh my gosh, they can bonk me! Okay, someone jump off and bonk me. Whee! This game is so cute. Okay, are they gonna jump off? Who's gonna jump off and launch me? Oh my gosh, it's so cute. I can't believe I'm pink. Like, that is adorable. We should go over and check it out? I don't know, I just want to be an Ottie forever. But yeah, look at me running. I don't know, I just want to stay an otter forever. I want to catch this though, this is cute. It's a big, this is the biggie, this is the chubby, right? I think it's chubby. Forever, honestly, I can stay like this forever. Or actually make things in the sand. This is my favorite place. I could just stay here forever. I don't know why I'm pink though, but like, I'm not complaining. Oh my gosh, are we swimming? Are we floating? What is going on here? Are we learning to swim? Whilst I'm drowning? Guys, can you help me? Oh my gosh, I'm also swimming! I'm also swimming! Look at my pink tail. Hello. Oh. Can I do a backflip? How do I do this? How do I do a backflip? I don't know how to do that, guys. Teach me. Teach me your ways. What the heck? This is... For this moment alone, like... This game is worth playing. What? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. How do I take a picture? Can I do selfie mode? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, look at the little face. Okay, there's actually a Nemo contest at the moment. I think on like social media. This is gonna be my like entry. Like, I'm gonna enter this somehow in one shape or form. Is your otter shiny or something? I don't even know. But it's pink. And like, I can't stop loving this. Like, it's too friggin' cute. The pink colour is a passive thing? How does it work? I don't even know why I'm pink, but like, it's adorable. And like, the fact that these Otties jump off this ledge and bounce on the turtle. I am obsessed. Like, the fact that someone went ahead and programmed them to do this. It's, I mean, props to them, okay? Like, props to them. Wait, I like how the fur is also wet from the water too. We're shiny. We are actually shiny, like we're wet. Does it dry off? Yeah, oh, like, we're dry now. We're dry. We're dry now. That is actually a really good observation. They freaking dry off. It's too much, honestly. Like, the detail of that. The thought that went into the fact that they need to be wet fur. And like, their behavior as well is really cute. Okay, like... Okay, let me save this teleport point because I'm gonna be back here again. I saw the booty be shiny and I was like, wait. Okay, like, do I even need to go anywhere else? This is my favorite place. I've detected an array of Oh, yes. So that's how you do it. You basically infiltrate them. And you can observe their behavior. Final Fantasy XIV, the wet look. This game has my heart already. Oh my gosh. That's the chubby. That's the chubby. We don't want to fight it because it's too powerful. But I want to show you guys. It's kind of scary cute. It's giving Snorlax. It's giving Snorlax. But also in the shape of an otter. I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know how I feel about this. Oh my gosh. I don't want it to fight. Don't no. Oh no 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 no. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I don't want to fight. 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 Let me out. 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 Please. Please let me out. Please let me out. Please let me out of the circle. I don't want to fight. Help. 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 Okay. There we go. Okay. I don't know how I feel about that. It's scary cute. I only have time to be addicted to one game. It's tough. It's tough. What are you addicted to at the moment, Vivian? What game are you playing right now? Stop it right now. Oh my gosh. Did you see them kissing? They were freaking kissing. Oh my gosh, they turned pink and kiss. Do you want to kiss me too? Oh my gosh. I'm too late with the picture. Maybe it's a flirty color, right? Okay, I'm gonna get ready for this. Are they gonna kiss again? Oh, it has little hearts. Okay, do you want to kiss me? I'm here. Oh, they're gonna kiss again? Or am I like third wheeling? Maybe I'm third wheeling. What? Is there another one? Okay. This game can make me cry because of how cute it is. The fact that they animated these demos to play, to kiss, to fight, to bonk each other. Like, it's a lot of detail. It's literally like watching a nature show. They have personalities of their own. And like, we literally just went around this area once and we see so many different like things that they're doing, and it's just one species of a Nemo. What are you digging? What happens if I actually attack it? I don't think I want to. I don't want to do that. I don't want to attack it. What is this? Beach egg? Ooh. Oh, this is my favorite place. Is it sleeping? Oh my gosh, hello. It's snoring as well. So cute. Why is this one crying? Oh my gosh. They cry. This one's crying. Why are you crying? No, don't cry. Don't cry. You're gonna make me cry. Don't cry. The fact that they have like emotions. Go to pre-registration now. Honestly, do it. It's free. It's gonna be free. So I feel like there's gonna be some gacha element involved. Or like some pay. Like, there will be some pay related thing. Can I knock this as well? Oh no, I don't mean to attack you. No, I'm so sorry. I want to open the shell. I don't want to attack you. I didn't mean to attack you. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Don't come for me. I don't want to attack you. Oh my gosh, they're coming for me. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to attack you. I wanted to open the shell. Don't chase me. I'm a friend. I'm your friend. I'm a friend. No, I'm your friend. Oh, okay, I think they got the message. The ears went down when it's crying. Okay, let me see. Let me check. Oh, oh my gosh, the ears went down. They are way too cute. Honestly, the fact that they are just one species. Oh my gosh, this guy's looking cute too. Oh, it's a girl, I think. Okay, I need to try and catch some more actually. Can I catch them? I'm gonna catch this one because it's sad. I don't want to be sad anymore. Oh no. Hey! I want to be a friend. I don't want you to be sad anymore. Join my team, join my party. It's 52%, come on, it's half chance. I don't want to see you sad anymore, so... Yay! You got another Ottie. Hey! What happens if I catch every single Ottie in this area? How about this? Catch it all? What is this? I kind of want to catch this thing though. I want to catch the medium-sized one. Hey! Do I have to attack it? I want a medium-sized one. Do I have to attack?
Go! Go!
Go! I want to catch one. Wait, where did it go? Did it swim away? Oh no. Did it swim? Okay, I'm gonna try and catch this.
Hey!
72%, please. I'm just gonna catch it. I like the ones that are bonking. They're so cute. Okay. Nice. We caught a puffy. It's a puffy. That's so cute. Hi Annie, welcome in. How are you doing today? When you run, you carry the thing in your tail. That's so cute. I'm low-key so late to the stream. No worries. There's no one being late to the stream. It's good to see you though. Hope you had a good day today. I'm just a pink sea otter right now. I just love this place. I'm so glad you managed to talk to your old friend. Let's try to catch some more and level up. Hey! I need to level up my... Need to get to level 15 and then I'll progress to the next part of this quest. Oh, thank you so much, Annie, for the bros and the GGs. I really appreciate the gifts. Thank you so much. Hope you're doing well today, though. There might be something hidden behind it. How do I fight this?
Go! Go!
Can we break this wall?
Go!
It's not clear how we
Go! Go! Go!
how we
Go!
break this wall. What is this? Presence of lumen ambers detected nearby. Oh, okay, it's one of those things. Ought to use headbutt? I wish. I wish it was easy like that. It doesn't tell you how to do it. So I think that's one of the things I would feed back. Is that it's like, can you tell me how to actually do this? Nice. A Nemo level cap. Once your character level reaches 15, each additional level will also be increased to a level cap. Oh, so does it mean I can level up? What is this?
Go!
I need to... Some of these gifts are so cute. Oh my gosh, guardian wings. Thank you for the guardian wings. That is really cute. I don't know how to deal with this thing. I feel like it's a lumen amber, but I don't know what to do with it. Oh my gosh, there's more Otties. Go to Bloomville. Wait, where's Bloomville? I feel like I've gone way too far. Where's Bloomville? What is this? Claim? Oh, what else can I do? Let's character level up. Nice. What else can I do? Can I change my clothes? Have I got new clothes yet? Oh, this is kind of cute. Okay, let's change this. Nemo. Do they have outfits? Oh my gosh. Imagine I give it a flower. Where can I don't have it yet. Talents. Nemo experience increases. Researcher. Advanced twining. Gravity pull. Advanced twining. Mode switch. Surely that's should be easy. Grade 3. Wait, how do I get to grade 2? How do I get to grade 2? I don't know. Mobility. Oh wait, so climb, glide, and swim. Wait, what can this can swim? Climb and glide. Oh, I see. Oh, this can fly. 3. I guess that's better, right? And climb is. This is still best for climbing, I guess. But Corneta can swim. Okay. Okay, what's this? Combat skills? Oh, small room. Oh, I see. Can I skill learning? Equip. Oh, gravity pull. Oh, I see. These are all abilities. I see. Mobility and combat. Nice. Event calendar. Anemo research. Claim. I don't know what they do, but let's claim all the gifts we can.
Oh no! My bestie!
Mimi, thank you so much for the resub and for 11 months. Let's go. It's almost been a full year, Mimi. Thank you so much for the sub. Enjoy the ad reviewing and your sub emotes. This little pink otter has come to say hello. But thank you so much for the sub. Hope you're having a wonderful Monday. And Otter's just going back to swim. Almost a year? I know, it's almost a year. How are you doing? I'm doing good. Other than the fact that my work has announced redundancies, we're doing good. We are enjoying this freaking cute game. I'm actually obsessed. What is this game? This is called Anemo. It is an open world creature collecting game. So think Genshin Impact plus like Power World plus Pokemon. My work is doing redundancies. They're like laying people off. So they're literally like going through the process of laying people off in the next like 2 weeks. So we will see what happens. Oh wait, can I fly? Go to Bloom. Okay, maybe I should actually go to Bloomville. I don't actually know where I'm going, but maybe we'll first unlock this teleport point and then we'll go to Bloomville. You can only glide, I see. Okay, so... But it's good, it's like climbing and like travel. It's so seamless with this game, which is what I really enjoy, other than when you lose all your stamina. Hope you can stay, but you know, everything happens for a reason. Yeah, I know. I feel like I don't feel super anxious about it because it is what it is, and we will find things to do if I do happen to lose my job. How did I think of Safari? It's super cute, okay? Like, almost cried when I turned into a pink sea otter. Like, it was everything. It was everything. Did you test a sheep Anemo yet? No, wait, what does a sheep do? What does a sheep do? Do we roll around as a sheep? Because that would be really cute too. I feel like if they animate every Anemo to the same level as the otter, I'd be obsessed. I don't know which raid ended me here, but have a lovely stream. Thank you so much for being here, Lost Nico. I really appreciate you being here. You roll around as a sheep. Where can you download it and can you co-op? It's currently in a beta. It's currently in beta mode. So it isn't released yet officially. But it's freaking cute. Wait, is this a Nemo? Oh, I think it's angry.
Go!
Oh. Oh my gosh, it's gonna fight me. I think I might die. Wait, should I fuse? I think I'm too under level for this. PvP 2? Really? There's PvP? Oh, I guess you can fight, right? There's battles. Yeah, there's battles. I think I'm gonna lose this. Like, how am I supposed to beat this level 39 evil witch looking thing? Oh my gosh, whoa. I'm just dropping stars. So Rija said yes, let's add everything to the game. it literally, like, this bit feels like Street Fighter. In the other one, when I was using the evolved form, I was literally doing like, what do you call it, like shurikens? Is that what it's called? And Indokens. It's called Indokens, whatever Ryu uses. It was insane. I'm a freaking pink otter. Literally, like, I could not believe it. I could not believe that I was a freaking pink otter. I cannot wait for them to release this game. You guys are gonna love it. I literally could spend my entire evening just hanging out with the otters. Oh no! One of mine died. Okay, never mind. Okay, will we actually survive? I don't think I will actually. But. Can I catch it though? Can I catch it? Can I catch it with this? 22%, you know, we never know. Oh, people try to do it, but not available. Don't run away! Jeez. I'm trying to catch you. I caught a level 39 Witchin thingy. It's kind of scary, to be honest. Okay, I think I'm gonna go back to the base and register my new pokes. Yay! I literally thought I was gonna die there. It was very overpowered. Okay, let's register our new Pokemons. Wow, we actually caught a lot. We caught a lot. The Seoto is really cute, though honestly my favourite. My favourite so far. It's the freaking cutest thing. So are these are like real people, right? And someone's actually got like this crazy wolf thing. Someone's got this like crazy wolf thing, like oh, this is a cute pink bug. Oh, my eggs, guys, my eggs have hatched. Are we ready? Are we ready? What eggs do we think we've got? We've got 3 eggs hatching. Let's see. Pet the egg. It's a healer, a Nemo, Nova stage, water element. Oh, we got a Glacie. What's next? Support, Nova, Earth, good. Oh my gosh, what is this? A Shrub Claw. It's like kind of weird. Kind of weird. Okay, last egg. What do we get? DPS, Lumen stage, Ice, good. Oh, look at this cutie! It's a Bone Sky. It's actually really cute. Oh my gosh, I love it. Okay, like, if they take away my save, I'm gonna have to catch all these again. Because as far as I know, I don't get to keep my save. Oh, this only takes 5 minutes. Wait, there's an MBTI 2? What? Wait, where's the MBTI? Wait, where's the MBTI? Where do you see that? Do the Anemos have an MBTI? Because that's crazy. That'd be crazy. When we saw the anemo, it was written on the right side. Oh, I missed it. I want to check that out. Wait, let me see if it will show me on the anemo's page. Okay, let's see Lunara. Lunara is an ISTJ. I want to see what Celeste is. Celeste is the ISTP. Are they all the same? Wait, they're all different. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, they're all different. Imagine if I can get one that is like matching my... I'm INTP. So if there's an otter that is INTP, I'm taking it. INFP. ENTP. Oh my gosh. Wait, am I? No, I'm INTJ. Sorry. I'm INTJ. I'm INTJ. Is there an anemo that's INTJ? This one matches my MBTI. They really thought of everything. Like, they don't need to give them MBTI, but like they literally just gave them all MBTIs. That is crazy. That is actually so funny. Matt, when I found all otters find right MBTI, I literally would, right? Like, the fact that they have it is so funny. INTJ, this one's INTJ. Oh wait, okay, so you can change form, appearances. I really want to give it a thingy, but I don't have it. Purchase from the shop. Wait, do I actually have any currency? The MBTI affects the status. If you get the perfect one, you increase the status by 5. I don't have enough currency to buy the cute stuff. How do I get more? How do I get more of this? I want accessories. Ooh, Ember Pop backpack. Fashion assistant. Can I buy this? What does this mean? Fashion assistant. I don't know what this does. Oh my gosh, I want these outfits, but they're expensive. Complete the golden research mission in the mission menu. Collect the final reward after completing sufficient tutorials. Okay. Wow. I guess if you do like these missions and things, you can get like outfits and stuff. Report a total of 50 anemo. Upgrade 4 anemo to level 20. Anemo training. Evolve 5 anemos. Okay, there's a lot to do. Claim. Okay, claim all anemo rewards. Nice. Oh, the Pingo Balloons don't recognize what it is yet? This person, look at this person's outfit. I don't know how long they've been playing this game. Maybe from day one. But like, they literally got a pet on their shoulder. They've got a beautiful outfit. I'm obsessed. Oh my gosh, they have a freaking pet carrier as well. I'm so jealous. They have a little pet carrier. That is my goal. Okay, that's my goal. I want one of those. Okay, what did we hatch? It's a tank, Anemo, Lumen stage, water, elite. Is it an otter? We hatched a baby otter ISFP. When engaging, its fur turns pink if the target is in an opposite gender, increasing damage by 10. So that's why it turns pink. It's an ottie, yes. I love that. It's me, your ISFP? Oh my gosh, there's otters for you. If we could trade, if I can keep them and I could trade it to you, I absolutely would. Oh my friggin... Wait. What happened to my gliding? What happened to my gliding? I thought I could glide. No? Like, I just fell off the cliff. I thought I could glide. I'm gonna run out of stamina for this. Okay, you know what? We're just gonna teleport. We're gonna go to Nimbus Fields. Oh my gosh, this is so cute. Little otter in a cave. Okay, we might have to end stream after this. Oh, I see. Because with the bird, we can glide a lot further with the stamina that we have. Okay, so what are we doing here? Presence of lumen embers detected. We're just gonna spam catch things as well, because that's gonna raise our level, which we want to do. It's like Power World, like you want to try and get as many of these as possible. Oh, what's up here? Little pop. Oh, I feel like there's something bad happening here. What is this? Probably some sort of like trial? Maybe try using wooden chest. Start this tutorial. Oh, okay, so they actually do show you how to do this. Welcome back to the zoo. Learn about elemental levels. Twine with the Ember Pup and move the green checkpoint ahead. They are low level and can be ignited by fire, Anemo. Aim. Oh, I swear I tried to do that earlier, they didn't let me. Now head to the green checkpoint. Wait, press Q. Okay, I think we're done. Nice. And we'll try a more powerful one. I don't have a more powerful one. Oh, okay, here we go. That's a more powerful one. Nice. just say yes. Thank you so much, someone from nowhere, for the 100 bits. I really appreciate that and for triggering that alert. Okay, now does that mean I can actually oh my gosh, your face on Taylor. Maybe I can actually do something?
Oh no!
Oh my gosh,
bestie
Alpha!
is a bad bitch.
Thank you so much for the raid! Welcome in, raiders. If anyone in chat isn't following Alpha, please go check out their channel and give them a follow. How was your stream? Welcome in, Dustwave. Welcome in, Nat. Mimi, welcome in. Good to see you again. And thank you so much for the raid. Let me know what you were streaming and how was your stream. We are currently playing Anemo, which is in beta. And we are excited to be doing a bit more exploring. 17 hours of Genshin. Oh my gosh. What were you up to? Were you grinding for Skirt or something? Did you finish a quest or a story? But please go sleep. Go have a break. Because 17 hours is a long time. Please. Thank you so much for the raid and for bringing your community here. 4-star challenge has 8 more days. Please go get some rest because you definitely need it. But I appreciate you bringing in your community here today. We are basically playing open world Pokemon. Basically. Oh no! My babes has turned... Okay, it's pink again. Good. Good. I was like, why is it blue? It should be pink. My cutie. Okay, can we
Go!
get it to burn this? Or do I have to twine? Do I have to twine? Wait, is this game by Pocket Pal? I don't actually know. I don't actually know why. Wait. Let me just double check. This game is by. Does it say? I don't know who it's by. Paw Print Studio. Okay. And hi Sayama, welcome in. How are you doing today? This is Anemo. Yes, this is Anemo. It's super freaking cute. If anyone isn't following Sayama either, please go check out their channel because they also play a lot of gacha as well as Infinity Nikki. It is so freaking cute. I have to tell you. Why did it turn pink again? Because I think it turns pink with the opposite gender. I think that's why. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys, we want to catch this, whatever this is.
Hey!
I don't know what this is.
Hey!
Nice, we caught a Bolty. I guess it's like an electric fox type thing. Ooh. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I don't know when this game is gonna be released, but it is so freaking cute. I almost cried when I became this pink sea otter. Oh, do you see our shadow as well? Like, look at that. Like, in the distance, you can see our shadow over the cliff edge. That's pretty nice, neat detail. The fact that you can actually see your shadow over the cliffs. 2026? That is a long time. Well, I hope they do more closed betas or more betas because I cannot wait to play this again. This Nimby's fast asleep, an excellent time for capture. Oh, do I have to try and capture this? Lurk, time for me to prepare dinner and unwind from the work. Glad I could see some gameplay and oh no, that's too long for me to wait. I know, it's a long time, but have a great rest of your day, Vivian. Thanks for the lurk. Okay, Sleepy, nice to see you again. Have a great stream. Thank you so much, Alpha, once again for the raid. I really appreciate it. Please, 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 have a great sleep. Oh my gosh, did I miss?
Hey!
I caught AM Dewey. Okay, interesting. What is this? This is a weird pink thing. You have also a quest to get a test ticket for the next test. Need to unlock it. Oh my gosh! Wait. I can get a next test ticket. Wait, I want to do that. How do I unlock the next test ticket? Is it in Event Center? Trials for Union? Complete all 3 trials and earn the qualification for the next testing. Oh, okay, I unlocked 1. Wait, do I have to do 3? Oh my gosh, I didn't do all 3? This is a lot. This is a lot to do. Rain Guarding, branch to level 3. How do I branch to level 3? Increase energy. This is a lot. The 5 is the ticket. Reunion Promise. Oh, the 5 is a ticket. Okay. Okay, guys, I think we're going to aim for this because I do want to get the next test. Complete the Trial of Grass Hollow Battle Sim. Can I do this already? Become grade 3 student? Okay, so I need to basically get a lot of Pokemons. I need to catch a lot of Pokemons. 40 different species. It's pretty tough, you know. I don't know what this is, but... Okay, I'm gonna have to try and dedicate some time for this in my not stream days. Maybe I can do a sick day or something. I don't know if I'll be able to do it. It is a lot of work. But I would love to test this again for sure. All these Pokemon are asleep. Why are they all asleep? This is pretty, this rare iris. Wait, it's a mysterious iris girl? Sorry, I'm gonna skip all this text.
Oh!
I want to get through this teleport thing. I mean, I really want to do that, but I don't know if I have time to get to level 5. Welcome to Bloomville. But then, if I get to the next test invite, will I have to start again, or do I get to resume my gameplay? Hopefully, you can resume the gameplay. Otherwise, you have to start again. It would be pretty brutal. Oh, found a chest. Okay, there is something up here. With a glide. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm missing one more. No. Exit twine. Let me climb up here, please. Quick. Oh, the rune thing will let you take chance to take one Anemo with you. I see. I guess that's fair. Although I want to take all my Anemos with me. I want to take them all. So, 40 index. Branch at level 3. Spend 30 Ember Lumens to unlock. I need quite a lot then. I need like literally like, I need 30. I need 60 to get to level 3, and that's 1 star. I don't know if I have time to do it. I probably won't, unfortunately. It's a lot to complete those. Oh. Freebies, thank you. Thank you. Actually, I do want to follow them on TikTok because I'll be posting content on there. Took some 3 days with hours of a day. Yeah, I don't know if I'll have time. I might try to do a bit every day from now on, but it's gonna be a push, I think, to try and get all those things done. But we will see. Okay, I do need to wrap up stream shortly, but I had a really good time with this. I think they have done some amazing work here, and I'm excited to see where they take this. I don't yet see how maybe the gacha element comes into it. How are they gonna make money with this? Whether it's just cosmetics that they're gonna sell, but in terms of the creature catching and the way they develop the animations and the like programming of the Anemos is really like, it feels natural, and I really like that about it. I have 4 days. Okay, I don't know if 4 days is enough. Can I upgrade? I love that game too, so I hope to get in next test. I hope you will too. I hope you will get in the next test. How do I see my Anemos? I want to like power them up.
Go!
Maybe I can just show you the travel album. Okay, look at this. Analog. Oh. Is this log? Anilog? Oh, cutie. Okay, let me find my fave. Oh, it got something. I guess we need to evolve them, basically. A lot of, like, I've got quite a few basic ones, I just evolve them. Basic form. Sparkling. Is this sparkling? How do I see the sparkling? Natural trampoline. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Wait, what is this? It can actually, what is this? Nova stage. Wait, can it turn into two things? It shows, oh, it can evolve into two different things? Swap an Anemo with a friend once. Defeat the Alpha Chubby. I didn't realize there's two forms. That's actually pretty cool. Oh my gosh, there's so much to this game. But okay, I will try to play this again at some point. To unlock more stuff. But I'm so like excited for this. This game is so much fun. I had so much fun. And we got a lot of good clips from this, which I will share on my social media. So for anyone who wants to join on my socials, please check out my Twitter, Discord, TikTok, or YouTube. But let me say goodbye on TikTok first, and then we will find someone to raid over on Twitch. So thanks everyone for hanging out over on TikTok. Thank you so much for the follows, and thank you so much, Ali, for the gifts, the rose, the GGs, and the garden rings. I really appreciate that. I'll be back on Thursday. I will probably try to stream a little bit more Anemo, otherwise I will be playing the gacha games. But thanks everyone for hanging out over on TikTok, and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye! Okie dokes. Let's see who's currently streaming over on Twitch. We might try and find someone who's actually streaming Anemo because let's pass on the Nemo train, because it's only up for a couple more days, and I think it'll be great for us to find someone new as well. Thanks for the stream. Thank you so much for being here, Matt. I really appreciate it. I am actually really excited for this game. Thank you for the stream too. Thank you so much for being here and for the follow, someone from nowhere. I appreciate you coming in, and for the bits earlier. Let's see who is currently playing some Anemo that we can raid. Thank you for streaming. Thank you so much, Mimi, for being here and for the coming in with the raid, as well as for the resub. Okay. English, variety, LGBTQIA+, lurker-friendly gamer. Okay, sounds like fun. Let's go raid Jew. Okay, I think actually they're currently raiding out. I think they're just raiding out. Okay, so let's find someone else. Let's see who else is streaming in the same category. We want English. Attachment. Okay, someone's starting shortly. Okay, let's rate Glaxon 13. Okay, please join me with the raid. This is my raid message. Once again, I will be back on Thursday. I don't know, should I stream more on Nemo on Thursday? If the beta hasn't ended by Thursday, I think I might stream a bit more. But otherwise we'll be back on the Gacha games on Thursday. I might be streaming a little bit later on Thursday because I have an event, but I will be on Thursday evening. But I'll keep you guys all updated in the Discord and socials. And Apop, welcome in. Please check out Apop's stream, by the way. Thank you so much for being here. And I think it's late where you are, so please go to sleep if you have to, but please do join me in following Apop and for the raid over to Glaxon's channel. Let's go check out their Anemo beta test as well. But otherwise, I will see you guys on Thursday. Have an amazing rest of the week. Bye!
I'm getting raided! Yo! Matt connects! Thank you so much for the raid! Hello! Oh my god, that's amazing. Oh my god, oh my god!
Give him 5, B button, blood type emoji, ick, B button, blood type.